Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow. Soul glow.
Love y'all, boys. Love you. Love you. I go to war with every single one of you, every fucking game, all right? Love you, 1-7. Here we go! 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3! Win!
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I'm your host, Tommy, and next to me is my main man, Mr. Mikey, also known as the Apex Man. Happy Friday to you, and happy Friday to all of Bill's Mafia that's rocking with us tonight. Oh, Mr. Mikey, you've been down and out, and
I've been off the injured list.
Yes,
you know,
and I had
a game time decision, and
yeah.
I'm active.
Yes, you are. I had to tell people the truth, by the way.
Dude, it was rough.
About your ear infection on
Dude, so what I found out,
yeah.
I think we were talking about this beforehand. So what I found out was I thought I had an ear infection last week, right? Because we were talking about it. Well, it was really a sinus issue that led to an ear infection. And me never having an ear infection before, I didn't know, and I blew my nose. Worst mistake of my life. The most painful thing I've ever had in my life. And then it started affecting my right ear. So Monday, I couldn't hear anything. It wasn't until Wednesday that I actually started getting my hearing back. And, I'm still fighting through it, but I can hear. I was excited to listen to our intro, a little soft music to start into our intro that gets me pumped up and ready to talk some Bills football. I missed you on Monday, brother.
Now that is a lie.
Now, listen, we all know you are lying about the ear infection, and the chat knows about it. I already spoke to the chat on Monday when I came on here with King Aramis. I let them know the truth. The truth was that Mikey got an ear infection because of the James Cook talk for the last 2 weeks. It totally ruined Mikey's ears.
You would have been better off. That would have been more believable if you said Mikey got sick of me bashing Joey Bosa.
That's true.
That would have been more believable than the James Cook talk.
Right. Mikey just couldn't take the Joey Bosa talk. The negativity on Joey Bosa. Whoa. Oh, man.
Or we could have said, we can't take the negativity of Alex Brasky. That guy.
Yeah.
On X has just gone way left.
That's all. I mean, yeah, that's a whole nother subject. And this is why X is a dangerous place. Like Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to tell you right now, and we're going to move, because I don't care. We talk about whatever on here. Let me tell you something. If you guys listen up, dude. If you guys get in here now, listen. If you guys get caught up in your feelings, do not get to the bottle and go on Twitter. Right? If you do, okay, just remember it's going to probably come back to you. So just a heads up, you might want to stay off Twitter if you're caught up in your feelings and you have the bottle next to you. That's all I'm saying.
Still don't do it. And they haven't learned.
They still don't do it. I mean, look, David Hasselhoff was eating a hamburger wasted on the ground.
Roseanne had a new show that got rebooted and then couldn't stay off. Messed up one
funny,
night
man.
Got canned, I mean.
Yeah, dude, that's so
wild.
great. It's so great. But yeah, it is what it is.
Buffalo Joel checking in.
Oh, Buffalo Joel. We have a Buffalo Joel.
That's right. I like it. I like it. Who do you think will be our starting safety do? I think it's gonna be Rapp and Bishop. They were both back out there today at the scrimmage between the Bears, or the joint practice they like to call it, between the Bears and the Bills.
You sound confident. I don't know about that. I mean,
from
what McDermott.
You know what it reminds me of?
Yeah.
Linebacker all over again. Remember when we didn't know who was going to start at linebacker? It was like nobody played in the preseason. All of a sudden, Bernard started, and it's been fine since. It's gonna be Bishop and Rapp, and they're gonna roll with it.
I mean,
the other guys aren't doing great though.
But McDermott came out and said it's leaning towards him tomorrow, week 1. I'm just saying.
He came out and said he needs to get back to practice, is what he said.
Yeah, I know, but he also said week 1 is trending towards Hamlin being your week 1 starter. He did say that.
I mean, want zero. Like, listen, I like Hamlin. He's above average backup. I don't need him to start.
Yeah,
and I get it. And he hasn't been great. This training camp.
He's a great story, and he's a good depth piece. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with him as far as being depth. But I'm with you 1,000%. But I also understand the frustration when it comes to these players that just can't get to practice, right? Because of injury. So I get it. You know what I mean? But once again, though, if this also falls back on McDermott and the guys that he's deciding to draft that can't stay healthy. I mean, let's be honest here, right? These are his draft picks ultimately.
There's a lot of guys.
There's a lot of them.
We've been asking for that have been healthy and productive at the safety position in the NFL,
Right.
And he drafts these other guys who are super uber athletic, but can't, and it's not just, and it's all his defense.
It's defense.
It's all his defensive guys outside of Curtis Samuel, who is notoriously injured.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Didn't practice again today.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
I would not be surprised if they decide to walk away from him.
And just eat it. Just eat it. Eat the contract. Because I don't think anybody's going to take it on. Like, you can't trade that guy. Right. Why? What makes you think healthy. Right. What makes you think he's going to be available for you if you trade for him? I mean, I wouldn't trade for him.
I guess Moore and Allen looked good today. They said it's Sal Capaccio came out and said that Moore it was like his best practice yet. Like him and Josh were clicking in the practice today. And I don't think we see our starters I don't think Josh plays at all this preseason.
It doesn't sound like it. It does, even the Dolphins are resting their guys tomorrow. So it seems like a lot of teams now, Mikey, are trending in that direction that they're just not going to play their starters. I mean, some are, Caleb Williams is playing tomorrow, but it does seem like more and more teams are starting to dial it back as far as throwing their starters in preseason, plus all the injuries that's going on in camp. You know what's crazy? I got to thinking, because what was I watching? Was it Thurman Thomas that mentioned, in the first Hard Knocks, when he was like, man, we used to do these twice a day? You know what I mean?
2 times a day.
2 to 3 times a day.
This is usually practice 17 for us. This is practice 2 for them.
And those guys are more durable than guys that are not even getting that much practice time. It's wild. It just you would think the opposite, right? You would think guys today with all the modern medicine and all the, everything, all the trainers they got and all the, the latest and things, to heal their body and whatever. These guys can't stay healthy in practice. It's wild.
Part of it is that all those guys truly took the offseason off to recover. And they worked their way back into shape in training camp. That's why they did it. They were working their way back. Nowadays, they train all year around. So their bodies never actually fully rest and recover.
That could be a good point. That could be a good point.
Also, they played on grass. These guys play on turf. That's a big difference.
Most of them, but practice at St. John's, not turf. I believe that's grass. So,
yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it could be that we just don't draft healthy dudes.
Right. Could be. That very well could be the problem. Did we get some of these chats and we'll talk?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some more.
So Dwight just doesn't trust Bishop at all. I trust Bishop more than I trust our other guys that are out there.
Don't trust them.
It's not pretty. I'll tell you the one thing.
Yeah.
The fact that we didn't put any resources there this offseason really is a little concerning.
It is. And listen, I don't blame you, Dwight, for not trusting them, because how can you trust a guy you really haven't seen much of? Like,
but do you trust any of them?
Really, right. Any of them? Right. So, like, that's where my concern lays with a lot of these players, right? Going into the season, guys, especially guys that are just not available during training camp or missing half training camp or, can't play a preseason game because of injury. Like, I mean, not even rookies and second year guys like Curtis Samuel cannot get on the fucking practice field, cannot get into preseason games. How are you going to build chemistry with Josh Allen if you're not practicing with him? You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to work. So it's crazy, man, to me, Mikey, that so many of these guys are missing valuable time. And I just, it's scary in a way, but we'll see, man. We've somehow managed it. I'll say that. We've somehow, through the years, managed this. It got through and made it to the playoffs, but it's not been pretty.
In the playoffs, in the most important games, those guys that haven't been there. Like, I love Christian Benford. He's a fantastic corner. Dude has never made it in our last game.
Mm-hmm.
He gets hurt, and he's not there. Taylor Rapp, in the couple years he's been here, has never played in our last game. He's gotten hurt. He's missed it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Bernard's missed one. Milano's missed one. You go down the list. Like, Daquan misses so many of them. It's just, and it's all defensive guys that miss.
For the most part, yeah. And the majority
what's
are.
What's the issue in that last game? Getting stops.
Oh, absolutely. It's been the issue most games. Real quick, too, before we go on with the chat, I had a really good... I went live, and I had a great question, and I want to ask this to you, just hypothetically. And I know, of course, I get there's somewhat of a difference, but I'm going to ask it anyways. If Sean McDermott was our defensive coordinator for the past 8 years, would he have been fired by now?
Yes. Okay.
So here's my problem with that, because I think everybody on board, I mean, you got to be crazy if you're not saying yes, right? That he should have been fired. So here's the deal with that. And it got me to thinking, Sean McDermott, this is his defense, his defensive scheme. He took over play calling, and he took over as defensive coordinator 2 years ago, right? So technically, this is his defense. This is his defensive ran. He chimes in a lot, his scheme. So if the fans aren't willing to let McDermott go, meaning they're not on board with firing McDermott, but you would fire him if he was our defensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because if he was just in charge of the defense and that's all he was doing, he has to take
exactly that.
But because Josh is so special and does the things he does on offense, that saves him.
Right, and that's my
you want.
That's my problem.
And it could be a problem. It could be a problem. It could be a curse. And Sean McDermott is a very good head coach.
He is a good coach.
The problem is he hasn't been able. He's been out coached by the better coaches that we play deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm with you.
At the end of the day, that's it.
Yeah, listen, he's a good head coach, and then I got to thinking the other day because I'm going back and forth about Brandon Beane with my buddy Keys over at Post Podium. He's not on board with Brandon Beane. He thinks Beane should be fired with Sean McDermott. I'm the opposite. I think Beane should deserve another. If McDermott got fired, I would like to see what Beane could do with another coach. And then I said to him, okay, hypothetically, if Brandon Beane was with the Chiefs, would you consider him one of the best GMs in the NFL? Of course. And he says, yes, of course, because he has Andy Reid. And I said, well, yeah, that's my point. Yeah,
So
well, a good coach helps a GM. A GM has to work around what the coach wants, right? What fits his scheme, the kind of players that he wants in his locker room, all that. Andy Reid reports to his GM they have good communication. The GM knows what Andy Reid, what kind of players he wants, what system he runs, all that. It all ties into the head coach. At the end of the day, it all goes back to the head coach. So I can't blame, like, that's what, there are some mistakes Brandon Beane does. Yes.
Yeah.
But I can't sit back and say this is what he would do if there was another head coach here. Let's say if Sean Payton was our head coach. You think it would be the same picks? No. Same free agents? I don't think so.
No,
it would be what fit right. So exactly. So that's why I can't put the blame so much on Beane and going, hey, well, he's picking these guys. It's not really. Yeah, it's still, he's picking them, yes, but he's picking them for that guy that's really in charge, Sean McDermott. So that's how I see that. But as far as going back to the Sean McDermott and firing him, if he was defensive coordinator, I just throw that in because, like you said, yeah, he's saved by the offense of Josh Allen, which he doesn't really have any input. He knows it. He says it. He concentrates more on defense. That's his thing. He's a defensive-minded head coach. Okay, but the defense has failed us. So that's why I go back to, if he was DC, would we fire him? And the answer is yes. So I just don't. But he's not. But he was once.
Yes. He was
Right?
multiple times. And he's been fired multiple times. So,
No, for us, 1 year. He was DC and head coach, and it still didn't go good. So just throwing that out there, it's just like, like you said, I think he's a good head coach, but I also feel like there's a wall that he hits. And then also, too, when I was trying to make a point to him, I was saying, look, it doesn't, for me, I feel like any team in general in sports, Mikey, you can create a team with a ton of talent, right? I'm talking about a team in any sport. Throw that team on the field. If your head coach doesn't know how to make these guys work together, make it work, and especially in the playoffs, it won't work. I don't care how much talent you got. And you can go back to the Miami Heat, who had Stan Van Gundy, Pat Riley, same team. Pat Riley fired him because he couldn't get it done, won a championship next year. I mean, same team. So, like, yes, coaching does matter. Doesn't matter how much superstars you got. If you can't make it work, schematic-wise and whatever-wise, coaching decisions that you do during games, you're going to fail. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I've seen teams
I get what you're saying.
Less superstars win with better coaching.
I get what you're saying. You also have to take into account McDermott's been failed the last 2 seasons by his players as well. Because he's gotten the stop at the end of the game that he needed to get to give Josh the ball back, and Josh's guys failed.
But that's his but that's his play. It happens. That's his team. He ultimately, at the end of the day, it's his team, his players, his offense coordinator,
I'm just saying,
his scheme. It's
not just him making boneheaded moves.
No, I didn't say that. It's a team. It's a team sport. No matter what, coaching, everything has to work. I get that. But we're year 9 in, and we're still talking about we haven't even gotten to a Super Bowl. So eventually, that's my point when it comes to McDermott is like, yes, he's a good coach. I think we all can agree with that. I think we all can agree on that. But is he a coach that can get past that next level of and being a great coach? I don't know, and I don't think so. That's my ultimate concern. That's it. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not bashing him. It's just the reality of it. And will the talent and Josh Allen, particularly, really him, carry him to a Super Bowl without him having to be a great coach? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've been saying it for 5 years.
Right.
This is the same conversation we've been having for 5 years now.
Right. Oh, the conversation. Yes. Yeah. So we were just talking Monday. So I just thought, because you weren't on, figured I ask you what your opinion was on.
Well, if he was our defensive coordinator, would I fire him? Absolutely, because he's responsible for the defense. The defense has failed in the playoffs when it's counted the most.
Right.
But he's not our defensive coordinator. He's our head guy, and he gets the credit for the AFC East championships and the rankings and getting us to 2 AFC championship games.
Yeah.
He gets that credit. He led the team, whether right, wrong, or indifferent.
Yeah. Just
keep knocking on the door, because Andy Reid got blamed for the same thing for a long time in Philadelphia. And it wasn't until he left Philadelphia he finally won it.
Yeah. And sometimes it happens that way. Coaches, just need a maybe a little bit of luck too. A landing spot that just so happens to work out. I get
Fourth
that.
and
You know what I
one,
mean?
Josh quarterback sneaks. It looks like he get it. They don't call it, and that's
Yeah,
bad luck.
I get it. But once again, though, Andy Reid at least see. Here's my thing too. Somebody asked it in the chat if McDermott got us to a Super Bowl, then what's like? Because I said if he at least got us there, I would feel more confident in him. And they said, why? What's the difference? Losing or going is the same thing. It's not for me. It's for me being confident in a coach. I would go at least. I would go, hey, he got us there. He knows what it takes to get there. Now we need to get back, and he knows how. You know what I mean? Like then he could take that next step and win a Super Bowl. But he hasn't gotten there, and that's like, yeah. So it does concern. It is concerning.
Let me ask you this: who's a better coach, Sean McDermott or the dude from the Bengals?
Oh, I think McDermott. I do.
But he's been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Listen, and I'll tell you why. Because he regressed since. McDermott has not really regressed. He's just stayed course. You get what I'm saying? If McDermott had regressed, let's say that's my point. He's divisional or AFC Championship, right? The Bengals coach, right? That was a good year, but then he's been kind of just on this really roller coaster, and it's not really been good. It's really been slow starts. He has a lot of talent. Let's be real, way more talent than we have on their roster. I'm just being real. They, especially on the offensive side of things. Chase, they got hella stars on offense. They had a hell of a defensive coordinator with them, right, for a little while that carried them a little bit in the play, especially in that Super Bowl run. They have Hendrickson, not now, but they did, who's, let's be real, is a star. We don't have that guy on this defensive side of the ball. Yep. So in my opinion, they have more stars. They may not have a better complete team than us, but they have definitely more playmakers. And they should be a playoff team every fucking year. And they're not. That's the problem. So no, he's not a better coach.
Who's a better coach, McDermott or Mike McCarthy?
McCarthy won a Super Bowl, so it doesn't matter. If you win a Super Bowl...
Who's the better coach?
I'm done. Mike McCarthy.
You are on crack if you think Mike McCarthy's a better head coach.
I would take him. I listen.
You would fire McDermott tomorrow and hire McCarthy.
Yeah. Any Super Bowl. Yeah. Any Super Bowl for me.
Did you somebody mentioned what he did in Dallas last year?
I don't care what he did. And also Jerry Jones. Listen, I also go to ownership too. And ownership doesn't necessarily help out either. Or GMs don't always help. If you won a championship, for me, you are a very good head coach. That is not easy to do. This isn't a lucky thing to do and go to Super Bowl and win a championship. Okay, so
let's get it. I think you're way off there.
But fine. That's fine. But
Bass will be ready for the start of the season. They said they're actually looking for Bass to kick next week in our final preseason game.
I don't trust him.
That's fine.
Guy hasn't kicked that. Guy's been hurt also. That's a risky. You better hold that kicker on your practice squad, the other dude, or have him on standby. I'm gonna tell you right now, Mikey, because you don't know. You have no idea what he's gonna be in the regular season. He's already a guy that I'm just, we're still kind of, worried every time he gets out there, right? So now he has this injury. He's coming back rusty. I don't know. Little concerned.
I love this, Big Papa Bill. Bill's going to be the 2024 Eagles defense. I hope so. I'd love to see our rookies just tear it up this year and us just, have one of those type of years. And in the playoffs, they show up and, to where the offense doesn't have to carry the load.
I hope so. I've never seen this defense.
I know. That's why I said, would it be beautiful?
It would be unbelievable. It would be.
I would think. 2020 NFC championship game. They carried.
I would think I'm dreaming. Okay.
Yeah.
Pinch me, please.
The defense did carry him to the 2020 championship game. That was purely the defense carrying a young Josh that year.
The 2020 team.
Yeah. Since then, it's been all offense.
2020 team was pretty. That's when Josh came out. I mean, like when he had his breakout.
But if you go back and look at those playoff games, they were basically carried by the defense. Josh made a few big plays.
That was probably I get it. That was our better. We had Poyer and High were still.
Yeah, that was our best.
Yeah, defense. They were in their prime. Let's say, or still in their prime. I get that. I'll go with that, but still, maybe since then I've never been confident with our defense.
Hate the McDermott train.
Fucking
People love
guy.
it when you jump on the McDermott train. Where's draft pick?
Boogie.
Basham. Oh god,
Jesus.
Basham was so bad.
Go back
At least
to
Cody
our
Ford's still in the league and playing.
exactly. Go back to our draft pick. Go back to our draft night when I think we were live on that one, and we were so disappointed.
We were yelling Creed Humphreys the whole time.
It was. I still don't. That one baffles me. I have no idea what he was doing there.
Here's the thing about McDermott, and I do think he's a really good head coach, and he does a really good job of growing players. We just signed a brand new core of guys. Most of them weren't high draft picks that they developed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's why when you said that your buddy Keys over at Post Podium was saying that Bean needs to go. Does he want him to be 100%? What is he looking for? We just re-signed our entire core.
I mean, look, I try to explain to him. I'm not like saying Brandon Bean is the most excellent GM. Every decision he makes is perfect. There is flaws. I've done videos where I'm like, hey, this is where I think Brandon Bean kind of needs to improve. But that's like everybody. I feel like everybody can do better at any job they do, right? Like we all make mistakes in life, and no GM is perfect, right? And some GMs, yeah, they may be more seasoned, better, they've been around longer. I mean, it is what it is, right? There's going to be mistakes made. So my only thing, and it's been my knock on him, is I wish he would be a little bit more roll of the dice, take a little bit more chances at times as a GM. When trades are out, when players are out there on the market to be traded, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Step outside your comfort zone. Do things you maybe make you a little bit uncomfortable, like a trade, signing up a certain player on the free agency, or drafting a player that may have had some off-field issues in college. You know what I mean? Like, but he could ball his ass out. You know what I mean? Like, you got to sometimes step outside of that. We don't do any of that, and that's where I'm going with it. You know what I mean? But outside of that, though, I think Brandon Bean's done a very good job. I have no problem with Brandon Bean as a GM.
Damn, Spen, that's a good one. We only have 6 starters on offense and defense that we didn't draft. McGovern, Edwards, and Palmer, Bosa, Jones, and Rapp. That is a great stat for Brandon Bean.
Yeah.
That's John McDermott. That's a great stat. And we got a super chat, brother.
All right, let me hit you up with that.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it, bud.
Yeah, absolutely. McDermott gets all the hate because Bean keeps drafting Bible study players and not dogs on defense. Here's the thing: Bean's drafting who McDermott wants him to draft. They're tied to the hip. If McDermott goes, I don't want Bean to go. I like what Bean has done because I want to see what he does with another head coach. But at the same time, if they let him go, I'm not upset with it because he's given McDermott what he's requested. That's the job of the GM. Find the players that fit what your head coach's scheme is and the player type that he's looking for. That's his job.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we were trying to. We were saying earlier in the podcast, and it's like because we were talking about what if Brandon Bean was the GM of the Eagles or the Chiefs. You would be like, man, what a. But my point is,
was a miss in the first round.
No. But my point is, have him over there. You don't think he's winning Super Bowls with Andy Reid? With the of course, you think he's drafting Cole Bishop? Or you think he's drafting Boogie Basham? No, he's going by with what fits the scheme of the coach. What kind of players the coach likes as far as locker room and chemistry, whatever. You know what I mean? Culture wise, what McDermott wants is exactly what Bean is looking for, right? It's just the way to, because if he doesn't, guys, then you're gonna have this tug of war with GM and coach, and it can get ugly, right? He drafted a guy that McDermott didn't want, or McDermott, wanted this guy, and Bean went over his head and drafted. That's why those two are connected to the hip. They work well together because Bean's not going to do that, right? He's going to draft the guys that McDermott wants, right, that fits his scheme. I don't know. Did McBean ever really, you think, draft a guy that McDermott didn't really care for or want?
No.
Right.
He's tied to the hip with them. Big Papa Bill says the Chiefs and Ravens have a ton of X factor on defense. They both have attacking style defenses. The Bills don't have an attacking style defense. We play zone coverage defense.
Nope.
We're not an attack style defense. Both of those have attacking style defensive coordinators who just get after it, blitz, do all those things. That's not who we are.
Right. Yeah.
It's
I feel like McDermott, I feel like his scheme worked early on in his career here in Buffalo.
It works great in the regular season.
Well, that too, but I still feel like I feel like it's starting to. I still feel like coaches are now starting to understand how to kind of carve it up a little bit, or or march downfield easier with it. Right? Go, okay, they're gonna give us this, and this. But yeah, you're right. The postseason, because you're seeing the best of the best. But I feel like early on in McDermott's tenure here, I feel like it worked, right? Because it was new. We had also, I think, more, better a roster on defense, younger guys that could fit the defense better. Jordan, Poyer, Hyde, all these guys. But now I just feel like younger guys that can't stay healthy, right? We got the safety rooms, totally different now. And offensive coordinators they understand what it's about now, right? They're carving it up. So I think the Bengals really exposed us. I think the Bengals were the team that kind of went, okay.
That playoff game?
And yeah.
And
well, in the regular season and in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You kind of saw it there,
I also believe that it has part of it to do why last year we saw a lot of change in what we were trying to do. We didn't have the players to do what we wanted to do last year, but I saw midway through, McDermott changed. We played a lot more man towards the end of the year and started sending more blitzes and being more attack style last year than we were, just this off zone because, but we didn't have the players to do it. It'll be interesting to see if we continue which way we go this year. We brought in a lot of new defensive coaches that are more attack style than they are the zone coverage.
Here's what I want to see this year from our coaching staff. And I'm not gonna say like every position coach, but I want to see McDermott and his defense, and I'm gonna call Babich and him the same because it's his defense, right? I need to see more creativity on both sides of the ball. I need to see more. I know they're not going to do it, but they need to. Like, it's time to start being a little bit more creative and showing different looks on both defense and offense, right? Like, I feel like now you got the younger players. Yes, it's the same scheme, but it's time to switch it up. You don't have to take it away, but it's time to show different looks, right? Get a little bit more creative with your players. Have Rousseau line up different, right? Show some different looks. He's so afraid of. I feel like McDermott, that's another thing. I feel like he doesn't trust his players on defense. And you got to eventually trust your guys, right, to make the plays. And I feel like that's why he doesn't get creative enough.
This comment right here says it all.
Yeah.
McDermott doesn't like to give up big plays. It's death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he feels like they'll step up and hold him to a field goal. And he's okay with them taking up the entire quarter for them to kick the field goal. Right, so if our offense isn't perfect, we're SOL.
Right. Or if they score touchdowns, you're really SOL. And the better teams, the better offensive teams, guess what? They score touchdowns. The other thing, too, I would say this year going into the season where I would like to see a change is McDermott to stop coaching not to lose. Start coaching to win. Meaning when you're up, don't let the gas pedal up, right? Keep it to the metal. That goes for the defense as well, right? You can't let teams back in the game. You just can't, right? Momentum is everything in pro sports, right? And I feel like we do that a lot. And it's just like, dude, and that's when McDermott kind of shells up, gets a lead, and it's like, oh, don't want to blow it. Let's try to run. Let's do things different now. Let's try to eat that clock up more instead of what's working. You know, sticking with what's working. Keep your pedal to the metal. And the defense, if you notice, Mikey, sometimes even the defense switches up a little bit, starts to get a little bit.
They start playing prevent. They start playing that soft.
Yeah.
We'll be attacking all day long. We'll get a 2-touchdown lead, and then we'll switch into that soft zone because he doesn't want to get beat deep for a quick touchdown.
Mistakes. Yeah, no quick touchdowns.
Right. And then they're right back into it. And all of a sudden, our offense has to, try to get back on the gas.
Right. Exactly. So that's what I want to see. Like, those are the changes that need to be made if we're trying to really, go to a Super Bowl. Like, they have to. Like, and that goes for, like I said, Joe Brady as well. I thought he did a good job last year. We're going to dial into Joe Brady, too. That's one of the topics tonight. I think it's a good topic to have. But Joe Brady, like I said, I thought he did a good job last year, but I also think he can get better as an OC, and we'll dive into that tonight as well.
Josh on the quarterback sneak when they know it's coming. How about you go the opposite way?
You're right.
Or fake it and throw a toss to your running back. Everybody went there.
Right.
Don't be so predictable on offense.
Yes, Mikey.
And yeah, Roy, part of it, the defensive issue is the injuries, but it's the same guys every year. So at what point do the Bean and McDermott say, okay, these guys can't make it to a full season. We need to have, we need to go in a different direction. We haven't seen Rapp make it to the final game yet. And he's one of our starters this year. When we had a chance to, there was a lot of really good safeties on the market this year, and we did nothing for any of them.
Nothing. Yeah. We sat back again.
There was a lot of really good safeties in the freaking draft this year. And one fell to the third, who I thought would have been perfect for a free safety. Watts out of Notre Dame, and we did nothing. So, it is what
Mikey,
it is.
Do you have any news tonight, by the way?
I don't know. Do we have any news?
Anything in general that you want to go over? If not, no big deal. We'll get into the Cook thing, and then we'll go into the offense.
There's not a ton of stuff going around. I mean, James Cook signed.
Yeah. So that's on the ticker. So let's talk
Isaiah
about
Bond.
Okay.
Remember Isaiah Bond?
Yes.
The wide receiver out of Texas. They
Went
dropped all charges, and he's actually signed in with the Browns.
Yes, that's a good pickup by them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even mind if we gave it a chance, but it's all right. It's all right.
Yep.
We have the speed.
The last remaining unsigned draftee, all his charges were dropped. So I imagine he'll be signing with the Browns shortly and getting started there. And then Love, you heard Love had surgery, right, on his thumb on his non-throwing hand.
Okay, which is smart. Get it over with.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They say he should be ready by week 1. Shador banged up oblique, so he won't be playing this week. He was in line to start. Had a banged up oblique.
That hurts. That sets him back a little bit on competition wise.
Yeah, but other than that, it wasn't an overly big week. No. NFLPA still going through a ton of crap. Now they had to put one of their top lawyers on administrative leave, and the PA is just a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess. That's a mess. All right. Well, let's you know what? We didn't even talk about Hard Knocks. Real quick, before we go into James Cook, how do you feel like the Hard Knocks has been for the first 2 episodes? Like your honest opinion, just being straight up.
Week 1 was very embedded-ish. It was like super, little too happy, chummy, go lucky. Like they didn't touch on a lot of like the heartbreak last year or the previous years. Like they really could have dug in and they didn't. Kept it very light. I thought episode 2 was much better. Loved the touching on the story of Damar Hamlin. I'm not overly religious, so I thought they went a little bit deep on that.
Yeah.
But I liked seeing some of the things. They started talking about the quarterback competition. They started talking about some of the, depth guys like, KJ Handler and a couple of those guys. Like, so they're starting to get into it. It was a little slow to start. Interested to see how in depth they get. Like they just really quickly touched on James Cook not practicing, and that was it. Like there was no real talk about that at all.
Right. Yeah. I'm assuming next week they'll obviously get into the contract, but here it is, man. I think it's tough for them to find stuff. You got to remember, a lot of these teams, most of the teams that have been on Hard Knocks are usually bad, right? There's always stories going on, right? Quarterback competition for right, new head coach, stuff like that. There's just not a lot, I think, on the Bills to like make it super duper interesting. But I do feel like you said, I agree with you on it. The first episode was a little bit like Regis and Kathy Lee. You're like just a happy first episode, right? Nothing wrong here. And then episode 2, I thought they did good. But I will say this: if you're not a Bills fan, I could kind of see why you're a little bit bored with it over the first 2 episodes. There's just it's not a lot to go on. And I agree with you on the DeMar thing. I even talked to you about that. I didn't mind most of it, but the part where he's like laying in the grass, it's like you could have put that like on a bonus or something. Like I felt like that was this way like too much time on that part.
From him, he probably feels that way with what happened to him.
No, I get that.
But
there's no. But you got to remember, there's what 50 minutes in the episode, and you got to. And I'm sure there's a lot of film they cut. By the way,
yeah.
I'm just saying they already went kind of through the parts of the body, like him training, but they didn't really need to go to there. I feel like I'm nitpicking there, but I just felt like we didn't really have to see that. What else? I felt like you said they didn't really touch on the James Cook situation too much.
No, they're just like, he's sitting out.
Right,
nothing.
right.
It was like they just breezed right by it. Nothing to see here, guys.
They haven't talked about injuries much, gotten Khalil Shakir, like this kind of hey, Shakir's banged up. You know what I mean?
Even the Maxwell Harrison thing, it was like a 5-second clip and then was gone.
Quick, yeah, he'll be out a couple weeks. It's like, I mean, like, how about a follow up to how he's doing in episode 2? Anything, you know what I mean? Like, I also feel like they haven't really dived into like coaching rooms. You know what I mean? Where like the defensive coordinators with the defensive, players, or the cornerback coach with like, I've seen that in the past where they kind of dive deeper, and I don't feel like I'm getting that. But I also feel like maybe Sean McDermott just doesn't want that, and maybe they're purposely kind of giving them little.
We also have to remember this is the first time they've ever followed a winning team.
Right, so that's what I said earlier, right? Yeah. So it's probably like it's not. They're trying to maybe find something that's not a lot there. You know what I mean? But we know it's there. But what there is kind of, you know what I mean? There is some stuff there. They're just not really going in that direction. You know what I mean? Like, and that's okay. It is. Listen, it is what it is. I'm watching because I'm a Bills fan. But my point was, I can kind of see why. If you're not a Bills fan, you're just like, right? Like, So, right. That's my point on that.
I want to hit on a couple things before we get into Cook. So Steve says, seriously, how many teams have come back to beat us? They haven't come back to beat us, but how many times have we been up multiple scores and all of a sudden we're playing, soft zone and they score quickly and now we're in a dogfight again? That's happened, more than a handful of times in the last few years.
And go back to the playoffs in a lot of these games. We were up. Like,
I'm not
even
the 20, even regular season.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, in the games that we've blown leads in playoffs, especially, like we're in that 2020 game, we were up 8-0 at one point. Remember, and it started with Basmus.
Go back to Texans.
We were up 16-0. Yeah, something like that.
And we just
and we just blown it away. And Kansas City. We should have been up 9-0, but Bass missed again. And before you know it, they're right back in the fucking game, right? It's tied up. Just like that. So, dude, like we've been up a lot of these games, actually. And I'll tell you what, last year we kind of, I hate the word lucky, but we got bailed out on a drop at that rate. Now, I'm not saying we would have lost that game because even if he catches it, it's still got overtime, but still.
Well, Josh still had over 2 minutes.
I get that, and time. But my point is, we got bailed out there because it should have been a catch. So
it was
we let them. Yeah, we let them slowly creep back in through that whole second half, and before you know it, we're one stop away from them tying the game, just like that. You can't have those mistakes.
Yeah. Nathan said minor detail 4 got paid. Gruden. I didn't even talk about Gruden in the NFL. Did you see that?
Dude, love Gruden. No, talk to me because I love Gruden.
Gruden was fighting and appealed that it doesn't need to go to arbitration because arbitration goes in front of Roger Goodell.
Okay.
Right. And the judge originally said, yes, it needs to go to arbitration. He's bound by the NFL rules. So he went to the Supreme Court and had it reheard. The Supreme Court came back and said, no, you can't have the leader of the NFL be the arbitration when he's suing the NFL.
Right. Makes no sense.
So it's going to go to the, U.S. federal court for appeals. And it's nowhere near ready to go, but Gruden won a case that no one thought he would win.
I hope he gets back in the league, man. Look, everybody makes mistakes. No one's perfect. I forgive a lot of people in general, right? Like there's very few, like things that I don't forgive, right? There's some things you can't, obviously, but dude, like that guy's a hell of a coach. He lives and breathes for the NFL, for football in general. That guy needs to be back in the league, right? He needs to be coaching. And I would love him as our head coach. I'd take him in a fucking heartbeat. Me too. Somebody said the other day they won it in my chat. I said, "Are you in damn sane?"
God, I'd love to see what Gruden could do with Josh Allen.
Sean, our buddy Sean from Red, White, and Bills said he would not take. I said, "Bro, Sean, you know what I told him?" I said, "Bro, no offense, man. I know it's really hot out. But you need to go in you need to drink some water right now. Go in the AC. I'm worried about you, man. I really am.
Yeah, it's one of those things, I'd love to see what he could do with Josh. I saw what he did with Rich Gannon and some of those guys. Let him have
absolutely
what happens.
Yeah.
Sophia wants to know how many sacks will the Bills have on Sunday? I say 3.
Against the Bears.
I say 3.
Yeah, I mean did they have any week 1? I think they had 0 week 1. So I don't 3. Ugh. I'll go because the Bears are bad. I mean, they were getting better. I'm gonna go 2. I just 0 last week, and they're still not playing it.
Over under 2.5. Over under 2.5. I'm over.
You're over? Okay, God, that's so tough, man. It's really tough. It should be over. It should be. I'll go over. Fuck it. I'll go over.
I talked him into it. So if he
you
says,
did, but man,
Hard Knocks,
we'll see.
Apple pie for her Buffalo Soul. That is awesome. What is wrong with my hat now? This is a hat from last year.
Who's wrong? Who's making fun of your
Jose?
Let me see here. Time for a new hat, Mikey.
Now it's looking like wearing a baby blue. Does it look baby blue to you?
It looks okay.
I think yours looks more baby blue than mine looks baby blue.
No, mine's bright blue. Yours looks okay. If you want my honest opinion, mine looks like
your flag.
Listen to me. It looks like it's been worn quite a few times. That's all. Like it just looks like it's been out in the sun a while. But it's new. Isn't that a new hat?
No, I got it last year.
Oh, it's fairly new. Why are you guys always poking fun at Mikey's hats? That's not nice, man. Orange Bill's hat.
My hat is the same color as your flag.
Yeah, is it? Okay, well, there you go. Guys, why are you guys making fun of Mikey's hat?
You want to, if we're going to make fun of a hat, look at Tommy's brighter blue hat than his flag. That's not the same color. What are we talking about?
Yeah, crispy.
What are we talking about?
Crispy.
Yikes.
Oh, my God.
Okay, there's a lot to get to in the chat. So why don't you start, I work on the chat, why don't you start with the James Cook thing?
Okay, so ultimately, James Cook kind of got what he wanted. He got $48 million, 4 years, $30 million guaranteed. The $30 million guarantee, Mikey, in my opinion, was the holdup. I think that's where now, of course, we don't know. We weren't, I'm just guessing here, but I have a feeling that really ultimately was what it came down to. And truth be told, he kind of got 15. His first 2 years, right? It works out to be because he's got 30 guaranteed. His first 2 years here, he's basically making 15. I know it's not. We're not getting how it breaks down, but at the end of the day, I think there's a way we can get out after the third year. So he is making the 15, and then the 12. But there's a spot track or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
They do a better breakdown of it. But I think it's fair for both. I do. I think they went off the Williams contract, and they kind of was like, okay, so let's go by that. And really, honestly, they're almost like same, right? I would say James Cook's a little bit higher right now as talent goes because he's younger, got more tread on the tires, so he has more shelf life, right, for a running back. That is. So I think it was a fair deal for both sides. But I'll say this. I don't want things changing when it comes to how they use James Cook. Meaning, don't go now and go, hey, we paid the guy. Let's boost him up to 270 carries. I think if you want to continue keeping James Cook healthy, productive, you keep him exactly where he's at. If you want to boost his carries up, boost him in the playoffs. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But regular season, I think it's working the way it is. And if you're James Cook, I'm good with that because now when your contract's up, look, you can go to another. Let's say you leave here, go, hey, I wasn't overused as I wasn't a workhorse running back in Buffalo, right? I was in that 200 carries, that about 50% snap count. And a team will go, you know what? He still has a lot of tread on his tires, still has a lot of shelf life. You know what I mean? He may get that deal. So that's where I'm going with the James Cook. As far as I just don't want to see them now go, well, now we paid him. Let's make him a 3-down back and let's, high snap count, 70 more carries. Like I like it the way it is. But with that being said, use him better in the playoffs, right? That's how I would go with the whole James Cook thing. But I think the contract's very fair. I'm not into paying running backs, so as you know, but I do think it's a fair deal.
It's very fair. The way it works out, that $30 million includes this year's money, so it's not really $30 million guaranteed.
That's true. You're right. I didn't.
So
right.
it breaks out to basically a 3-year, $30 million deal, $10 million a year, with incentives that can take him up to, the remaining.
Right.
Is guaranteed 16 point something at signing, with escalators that can give him more guaranteed. So I like what they did. I like how they did it. It put him at 12 million a year. Like if he hits if he hits everything, it's like 12 million a year. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Is he better than Palmer, who's making $13 million a year? I think he's more important to the Bills offense than Palmer's important. The guy we've never even seen. So I'm okay with if you take the position away and look at playmaker, I'm okay with giving him $12 million.
Exactly. That's I guess that's where when I was kind of debating with Aramis about why I don't really feel like it's why I don't like paying running backs and why I wouldn't. If they let James Cook go, it wouldn't really affect me. I think we can move on. But he made a great point, like you just did, which is, okay, if he does, then you better fill that spot. Meaning it doesn't need to be running back, but it needs to be a playmaker. Yeah. And right now, we don't – I like Shakir. I love Shakir, but he's not there yet, right? He's on his way, but he's not there yet. And the truth be told, our second playmaker, our main – really our outside of Josh Allen is James Cook right now. Yeah. And you lose him – and you don't get something back that can equal what he does on the football field, then boy, now you're really doing Josh dirty, right? So I feel like it was a smart decision for the Bills and Brandon Beane. But I'll say this about Brandon Beane. He does take care of his own. And that's why that's another thing I don't like when people get on Brandon Beane's case. Oh, cheap. He's cheap. Home discount. Listen, these guys agree. They don't have to agree. And that's one. They don't have to agree. Exactly. And not only that, bro, not everybody wants to get up and move, right? Move their whole family, move everything, right? Go to another team that you have no idea if you're going to get along with the coaching, the ownership, the GM, the players. Like, you got it good here, right? So I feel like, man, like Brandon Beane has stuck by his word. If you produce and I draft you, especially if I draft you and you produce, I'm going to probably re-sign you. I'm going to give you a fair extension. And if you want more than what I'm offering, I don't blame you. Go get paid. Like, he's not an asshole. You know, oh, fuck you. You're not worth, you know, he's not saying that. You know, he's saying, hey,
and welcome back.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how I see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, Shaq, Jordan, Phillips, they all made multiple returns. You see people return all the time after leaving and going to get paid.
Yeah.
It happens. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, the only one that was really good that left is Tremaine. And that's because we had Bernard in our back pocket and we didn't realize it.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Are you gonna pay $7? We just paid Milano. You can't pay both linebackers.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with our offensive line now that we paid all those guys this year. Because McGovern is a free agent next year.
I think he's gone.
Torrance is the year after.
Yeah.
So
I think he's gone.
Where do we resign? So next year, are we going to lose our center and our left guard? Because Edwards is up as well next year.
So here's what I would do if I'm if I could
starters.
Yeah, I get it, but here's what I would do. Like, now, once again, I don't know where SVP is at his development with Cromer, like how far along he's gotten. But if he's ready, meaning if Cromer feels he's ready come next offseason, you let McGovern go. You let McGovern walk, because McGovern's going to want a decent contract, right? He's playing pretty good at center, right?
He's playing really good.
That's what I'm saying. So right. So he's going to want to get probably decent pay. I would let him go. If they feel SVP, and I'll trust Cromer. If he feels he's ready to go, then guys, he's ready to go. That's the nature of the NFL. You got to eventually move on, cycle through.
Ready to go because
but we don't know yet.
Practice field.
Yeah, but we don't know until
whole training camp.
We'll see. Once again, we don't know yet. You know what I mean? I have no idea how this year will go. And I'm just saying, where I feel like I'm just not. And with Edwards, what I would do with Edwards is I don't think he's going to demand this big contract. I would probably give him another 1 to 2 year deal, keep him here, and draft a left guard.
Yeah, me too.
Draft a guard. You keep him behind Edwards for at least a year, or even competition. Right? Maybe he beats Edwards. Okay, so what? Then you got Edwards' depth. But McGovern I think is the question mark. And maybe you're right. Maybe the SVP isn't ready yet, and maybe they go, McGovern, would you be willing to do a 1 year deal? You know what I mean? If he's not, if he wants to do long term, then you got to decide what you want to do there.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Edmonds has looked okay with the Bears. I mean, he's been as good with the Bears as he was with the Bills.
He's made plays.
The difference is he got paid. He went for the money, not for the team's success.
Exactly.
And that's what you have to weigh. You know, how much money do you need to get to lose team success in your life? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And Tremaine broke off.
Yeah, he did. Fuck yeah, he did.
He was smart to go take that money. That's generational, life-changing money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And he wasn't going to get it here. So
not that kind of money. He wasn't. No. I'm guessing they were closer to $7 million over what we were willing to pay.
Yeah. Yeah. And it is what it is. Like, and I also said to this too, man. We can sit back and talk about what we would do. And of course, this is what we do. You know, we're podcasters. We're going to voice our opinions and how we would like to see things. But at the end of the day, like, we're not in that dude's chair, meaning Brandon Beane, right? We're not sitting down. We don't look
at the books. We don't see the
right. We don't look at the books. You don't know what agents are, bro, he's talking to all these different agents that want this and this and that and this. And you got to worry about your draft picks and that. Bro, there's so much I'm sure a GM goes through other than what we talk about. There's probably so much shit behind the scenes, and we're just going, why did you miss on that? So that's what I'm saying.
Armchair GM. He's playing real
exactly.
GM.
And I'm not, by the way, I'm not knocking it because this is what we do, right? We're podcasters. Yeah. We come on, we're going to critique. Yeah. But I'm just saying, in the reality of it, it would be like me, critiquing Mikey on something he did, you're right, and I'd be like, bro, I would have went down this side street and gotten there a lot faster. You know what I mean? And Mike is like, bro, yeah, but they got fucking potholes on the street. Well, I'm not trying to fuck my car. You know? But so we're all going to have difference of opinions. You know
That's what my wife says. Why'd we go this way?
Right.
So I get that.
So,
in my life.
yeah. So you know what I mean? We all think, I think we're all guilty of thinking our way
know best
is right. Our way is the best way. Right. Well, if you would have just did this
5 years ago, and we would have had the Super Bowl already, and he will take that to his grave.
If he would have just traded for this guy.
Why didn't we sign Derrick Henry 4 years ago when Tommy said we should have?
Oh my God, dude, that still angers me. It still makes me mad.
All right, let's get into what you got on tap for us this week.
This year, man, that's a lot.
Yeah, what we got on tap for us this year, Tommy? What we got? Come on, lay out the plan right now.
Oh man, the plan. All right, the plan is to win a Super Bowl. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you. All right, so I don't really got a lot tonight. Mikey's gonna have a quick night tonight with Tommy over here. So, all right, Bills Wire, our favorite silent co-host. 5 Buffalo Bills player to watch for during preseason week 2 versus the Bears. All right, here we go. And we got a pop-up ad. All right, quarterback Mike White. White and Mr. Trubisky both have similar outings in Buffalo's first preseason game. As they battle for the quarterback spot unfolds, it's time to watch White. Mikey, your thoughts on Mike White?
I love the idea of them playing the starters like they did last week and let Mike White start. Give them both a fair opportunity. We saw what Trubisky did last week. Let's see what Mike White can do with the starters. I thought White played okay last week. His processing was a little bit slow. There was a few times he had opportunities and he took sacks when he didn't need to. But I actually thought Trubisky looked good last week. It was the best I've seen him look, since he left the first time. But I do want to see what White looks like with the first team. So let's let Josh sit. Let's throw out some of our starters for a couple series. Let Mike White get behind them and give him a true QB battle.
Exactly. And I think that's the fair way to do it. If you're going to do it fair and this is truly a quarterback 2 battle, this is how you do it. And I agree with you last week. I thought they both started their first series was a little bit rough, but then they found their groove and they almost had identical stats. If you look at their stats, I mean, almost identical. It will be interesting. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of rooting for Mike White a little bit more. One, if they cut Trubisky, they're saving a little bit, right? I think a couple mil, I believe. And 2, he's just younger. And I feel like he has a better arm than Trubisky. But Trubisky's a little bit more mobile. So it's kind of what do you want there, right? Like, what are we looking for? But yeah, I got to see something from Mike White this game coming up for me to kind of be more pushing towards him. But right now I am leaning his way, but it's a slight lean. It's a slight lean.
I think Trubisky leads. And Mike
no, he leads. I'm saying me.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm leaning towards I would want Mike White to be our backup, but it's a slight lean, right? Like I don't really care for either one. I'm going to be honest, but if you were to ask me now, like who I would like it would be White. But you're right. Like if we're going by right now, regular season starts tomorrow, it's going to be Trubisky.
Yeah.
Right.
Trubisky has the game experience that Mike White doesn't have. He's played in playoffs. Trubisky also has that relationship with Josh that Mike White just doesn't have yet. Mm-hmm. And I think Sean McDermott looks at the veteran presence over one. What I think Mike White has over Trubisky is his I don't give a shit attitude, and he's willing to just let it go. He'll Jameis Winston that
gunslinger kind of yeah. I'm with you there.
Doesn't care. I would like to see Trubisky get some of that back, and I think he would have a better role as the QB2. But we'll see what it comes up with. I like Steve's comment here. It says many think Cook won the deal. When it's all said and done, 3 for 30, with a very team friendly based upon what Cook brings to the table. Bean wins again. I think Cook wins from the fact of he got the contract from Buffalo. No one thought he would get a contract from Buffalo. I think Bean wins and the team wins from the fact of he was asking for 15 to 20 a year, and we got him for 10 to 12. So I think it's a win-win across the board.
Yeah.
Cook actually got the second contract, so he gets that big deal, and he gets a bunch of guarantees. Versus we got it at what we were willing to pay for whether it's a running back, whether it's a playmaker, whatever you want to call it, our second best playmaker on our team.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't like I said, I don't hate the contract. I think it was fair for both parties.
A few quick nights myself.
Oh,
Ben says
man.
rookies. He wants to see rookies, Bishop, Moore, Hoyt, and the players he wants to watch. I'm with him on that. And Forrest. I would like to see Forrest did not pop out at all to me.
Forrest.
I was really excited about him, and I haven't seen anything.
I don't think he makes team, bro.
I don't either. So I'm starting to think it's going to be Hamlin and Lewis as the backup safeties.
Yeah, I haven't heard shit out of camp from him. I saw nothing for preseason week 1. Quiet, and you can't be quiet when you're trying to. Yeah, you can't be quiet. Yep, can't be quiet when you're trying to make a roster, bro.
I think Hancock has done a better job,
bro. Hancock. Let me tell you something. Like when I did my initial, I think I mentioned him, but I didn't really go in deep. I thought, bro, when I went back and watched some of that film, bro, he was on fire. Like he had a lot of juice. He played well. Like that's all. That's another thing I look for. Like that's why I was so impressed with Buffalo Joe, because he brung the juice. Like a lot of these guys, I felt like week 1, and like I said before, it could have been a lot of these guys have butterflies going. First NFL experience. They just weren't. I don't know. Whatever the case was, they didn't bring it. I think week 2 though, you're going to see better. I hope from the rookies, from the young guys that didn't really bring a lot in week 1. They got that week 1 out of the way. Here we go. Week 2. Now you need to bring it. Like Landon Jackson, guys like that just were, right. But I felt like, man, I thought Couch was
Corey Couch, who's now
yeah,
hurt.
dude. Oh, and that's brutal because I thought he was electric last weekend as well.
Yep. Now he's a hand, but he's not going to play.
Yeah, which sucks. Soft tissue injuries, never good, bro.
And welcome back, Jason. Welcome back, brother.
Appreciate it. I got to hit that.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you, bro.
I'm glad you're doing better now, buddy. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude. That sucks, bro. I'm glad. Absolutely.
Unpopular, but maybe Trubisky's better than White, but neither is good. No, I think it is progress, Ben. I agree. Trubisky threw downfield. It's progress.
Right. And I gotta say too, your boy, your tight end, did terrible in week 1. The guy that you were
Davidson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 big drops, bro. Right there. You cannot have those drops.
And he put the ball on the ground today in the scrimmage.
Did he? See, can't have that. So there's something.
They brought in another tight end.
I saw that. Yep, I saw that. He ain't making the team.
He's not making the team.
He ain't making the team.
But
too bad because he has the size.
They talked about Haas being like, "Oh, I'm so excited to see him." First pass, he drops it.
Did he?
Last week, first pass, he dropped it. I'm like, yeah, and everyone's so excited to watch this guy.
Yeah,
he was good in the run game.
He's a
wasn't
blocker.
So good in the pass game.
Yeah, he's a blocker. Like that's what he's going to be in the NFL.
Strong and Jackson, the only rookies who didn't impress. I thought Strong was okay. I thought Dorian Strong was okay when he was in there. Jackson was unimpressive, and Solomon was unimpressive last week too. He had a few real good opportunities and nothing. I was really disappointed. Few good run stops. Not great pass rushing from Solomon, and that's what he needs. That's his money.
That's his money.
The pass rusher.
Absolutely. Put up Spin's other snarky comment there so I can respond. Shut up, boo. Shut up, boo. All right, that's it. God. All right, let's get to the next one.
That's hilarious. All right, go ahead.
All right, next one up is wide receiver Tyrell Shavers. He's the other guy I felt shine.
That guy might be pushing somebody off the roster.
He might
be this year's Matt Collins because he also plays special teams, and he's the only one in the wide receiver room who plays special teams.
Okay. I'm glad that we're talking about this. So Monday, because you missed Monday. You missed Monday with your damn ear infection. I'll tell you what, I was very disappointed with Sean McDermott's comments on Tyrell Shavers after the game. I get it. We all get it, right? He needs to play special teams, right? I understand that, right? But the guy just had a good game, a very good game. The guy's actually been really good over the last 2 years in camp and preseason. And the first thing you want to just he basically brushed it off. He had a good game, but let's see what he can do special. And I just feel like, dude, why don't you just give the guy some credit? Give the guy a little love here.
Great game,
Right? Like, dude, do you have to jump right onto? We know. Let's see this. Like McDermott, we all get that. Like, we're not stupid. We know that he probably needs to play. But do you show the guy a little love here for in the meantime? Do you have to jump right to that? Like, I didn't like that. That's one thing I did not like about that comment. Maybe he didn't obviously mean it that way, but it's like, dude, like, you got guys like fucking Curtis Samuel that you're paying big time money. They can't even get on the fucking field. Guy can't even play. Not even available. And you got this guy busting his ass, and you're going to go jump to the right to the special. What can he do on special teams?
His ankle and was back 2 days later.
Right. So it's like, dude, come on, man. Stop. That's what I'm talking about, too, with McDermott. Like, the Puna Ford thing. You know what I mean? It's all over. Like, certain guys, for whatever reason, he just tends to just
Spain.
Just kind of ignore. Yeah. Just kind of like block out what they could do. It's just one reason or the other. He just doesn't like him. I don't know. KJ Hamler, great example. Virgil, by the way, we cut. But what was that last year?
I'm okay with that.
Of course we're okay with that. Should have been cut.
I'd rather see Hamler or Shavers.
No, exactly. That's my point. So last year, and I keep telling people, listen, we have more now. Now it's too late. Like, Hamler probably will be practice squad, right? If Shavers makes a team. But my point is, if a receiver goes down, call the guy up that actually played well in preseason. What are you doing? Right? I don't get that. So he does that, and I hope he's learning his lesson when it comes to that. Man, stop doing that.
Silly rabbit. Tricks are
I know, right? Yeah. You practice what you preach. Right?
Yeah. Jason asks, is there any truth to the Gilmore signing a 1-day contract to raise that higher bill? And I'm with Spin on this.
I never heard about that.
I haven't heard anything, and I cannot see in any fame or fashion that Gilmore would want to retire Buffalo Bill with how bad it ended here. And he had all of his real success with the Patriots. So why would
exactly? I don't even know why would you retire him here? I don't even know. Mikey's right. Like, his true success came after he was good here, but he really balled out after he left.
He was a defensive player of the year in New England.
Right. I mean, let's be real. Even Jason Peters, he was good here, but he was great when he left.
Hall of Famer.
That's what I mean. Right. So let's be real here. No, I would not. I don't even know if Buffalo should do it, even if he wanted to retire.
I'm kind of with him on this. He's been really complimentary of Shavers the last couple of years, but after the game, he did kind of crap on him.
Absolutely, he did.
But he doesn't do it all the time. He just did it after the game for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. After the you know what I'm saying, Walter? I'm not saying like he's crapping on all the time. He's showing him some love. But I'm saying at that particular moment when you're doing a post game and the first thing you kind of run through is, what can he do? Like, you know what I mean? He kind of just basically pushed aside what the kid just did on the field and went straight to what else can the dude do to make this team is really what counts. It's like, McDermott, why don't you leave that to you and Shavers, or later on you can talk about when we're talking the following day. I don't know. I just feel like it was a bad timing for that kind of compliment. It's almost like a backhanded compliment. You know what I mean? That's how I took it. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you know what I mean? Like, show the guy. You're showing Buffalo Joe love. I don't hear you fucking say, right? What else could the guy do on like, just show the guys love that are showing up for you. That's all I want.
Okay. Steve comes in and says, other than the inflated Knox contract, Samuel's the absolute worst contract from being. No. Did you forget Trent Murphy and Vernon Butler and Star Lotulelei?
Are we
All
talking
those
current?
contracts are worse than what Samuel's gotten.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's been worse.
Oh my God! Like Beans had some doozies.
Yeah, there's been some bad ones.
Been really good ones, and he wins a lot of them. But he's had some really bad ones, and most of them are free agency ones.
I thought the Trent Murphy one was one of the worst because they had it, and the reason why they had a fucking option out, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I don't even know if I don't even blame Bean. I blame fucking McDermott because I was a McDermott guy who he wanted him on the roster. That was a locker room guy.
He was a $13 million insurance policy because he didn't dress.
Yeah, didn't even play. Unfucking believable, man. Unreal, man. So to me, that's one of the worst because he got zero production. Nothing. So yeah, like that was and you had a way out. You had an option out and you chose to not do it. Yeah, you chose to just skip past it. Craziness. Like I'm sure if they can go back in time, they would obviously cut him, but like too fucking late now, you know. But yeah, that was ridiculous.
Steve says totally agree. Walter Shader shut out. He did show out in special teams today. Matter of fact, they did a gunner drills today against one another with the Bears, and Shavers like crushed two guys, and then flexed to his teammates. Like
he's a big guy.
He's also played special teams in college, so he knows how to play special teams.
Yeah, listen, there's nothing wrong with. Like I'm not saying I disagree with. Like he's going to have to play. So I get that. But once again, you're coming off a good performance, and the first thing you do is talk about fucking special teams. I just feel like it's a backhanded compliment for what he did in the game.
And yes, they don't feed me enough. That's why I'm eating some beef jerky.
Hey, Mikey's hungry. Leave him alone. All right, let's go to the next.
I get off of work and come straight, on the West Coast. So I get off the work and I just come straight here and do this.
Spin. Unbelievable, you know?
He's always complaining about me. It's always something. It's always something.
Unbelievable. Unreal, this guy, man. All right, let's get to the next thing.
You were on board with keeping Trent Murphy instead of cutting him, Roy? Oh, my God.
You son of a bitch.
Yes, Steve, I love that. Pay your offense, draft your defense. But we just paid most of our defensive guys. So I want them to give Josh more weapons. Cook shouldn't be his only major X factor. I want to see Shakir grow into that. I want to see Kincaid finally do something. We drafted him in the first round. Keon looked good today, from what I understand. So he seems to be taking that another step as camp goes along. So let's hope he continues with that progress and actually has a really good year. That'd be nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you want to continue?
I do, but the website crashed. So
did you read?
Let me. I'm gonna go back into it. Hold on. So get to a couple more chats and we'll
okay.
It crashed. Good old Bill's Wire. What are you doing, Mike?
I agree. If McDermott had a switch for coach speed, it would be on. He does. He really does. Easy, Mike. I was in the 50s then. Young and didn't know any better. Yeah,
here we go.
Sometimes when you're in your 50s, you know, you're just too young and you don't get it.
All right, James Cook, Mikey. That's the next one to watch for. It says Cook's holdout is over. What would put that fully in the past? Even just one big play from him, even if he only plays a few snaps. Mikey,
we gotta hold on.
Oh, we do.
Callie's in the house.
My dude, your neighbor, Callie motherfucking Blitz.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it, Callie, man. You're awesome, dude. Honestly,
yeah.
I tell you all the time, man. It means a lot, bro. So thank you so much, bro.
Bills United Podcast wants to know: do you live in Buffalo? And he's asking because he wants to collab on a tailgate.
Oh, dude, no, I don't. I live in Detroit. I've been to a game. It's about 4 hours away, but no. Right now, I probably won't make it down there this year. I haven't been down, like I said, I haven't been down there since 2018, but I do plan on one day going back. Obviously, I probably will do it for the new stadium, maybe the following year when tickets are when tickets are probably cheaper the following season.
No, opening year 2 of it, we'll be going out there for a game.
Exactly.
I'll get us an Airbnb and we'll do the podcast from the Airbnb.
Exactly. And by the way, guys, if you guys don't know, Bills United podcast, that's my boy Kenny. They just started their channel not too long ago. Go check them out. Just go check them out, subscribe, and all that good stuff, man. They're good dudes over there.
Spence always got a comment.
Always
got a
does.
comment ready. Always got a comment ready. All right. Want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Joe Andreessen, Buffalo Joe. Who's this lady looking at me? Get out of here. She's staring right at you, Mikey. Yeah, she's not looking at me. Andreessen is squarely in the driver's seat to the Bills' backup middle linebacker. Once just a fun hometown story, Buffalo's boy is in line for his spot that could see serious playing time. Taking off our objective right hat at Bills Wire. This is amazing. And, Mikey, tell this lady to leave us alone. Get out of our face. All right, go ahead. What do you feel about Buffalo Joe?
I like Buffalo Joe, and I think Buffalo Joe's going to win the backup Mike. He's been good.
He has been.
He's been the best backup linebacker we've had, at the Mike. Like he's better than BS was when he was here.
I'm with you. BS.
I think he has more athletic than AJ Klein was.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
I'm with you.
He seems to only get better too. Although I love on Hard Knocks that they put in all his mess ups. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I like it too. I like it too. You know what? He's young. He's going to go through some learning pains, right? And that's okay. You know what I mean? He has plenty of time to correct those mistakes, man. They're not telling him. Exactly, and they're not forcing him. Exactly, and they're not forcing him into the starting role. You know what I mean? Like he has time. He has time to develop, man.
And he did Shaq Thompson now, along with Milano, to help mentor him. Those are two really good guys.
If he could stay hungry, which I believe he will, because it just seems like everybody's personality is different, right? Some people aren't driven like the next guy, right? I feel like this dude, like he's driven, like you could see it, like he wants to be better. He wants to show that he belongs. You know what I mean? So I love that. So hopefully he continues to work on his craft and maybe become a starter one day.
Yeah, Walter comes and says, I think the one thing that's not considered enough when it comes to Cook is his snap usage is something being talked about after the extension. You mentioned keeping Cook fresh is important. That's why I like having the room that we have, and we have that room for the next few years. I don't need us to unleash Cook all year long. I need us to unleash Cook in the playoffs. Yeah. Continue what we're doing. Play him 48 to 50% of the snaps during the regular season, then bump that up to 70% during the postseason. The dude is a game changer. We need him on the field and when it counts the most.
Dude, Mikey, I said that earlier in the pod. I said that the day we signed him. Don't change anything up. If you're going to change anything, change what you did in the playoffs. Use him a little bit more in the playoffs, right? Don't shy away from getting James Cook involved in the offense. I think that's also another thing that they did wrong in the Kansas City game, right? They didn't use James Cook enough. Right. And you got to use your playmakers more. Like that's what he's here for. And I felt like they didn't really do that good of a job last year with James Cook in the playoffs. So now let's do it. Let's start understanding who your playmakers are, especially in big games. So that's my take on that.
I'm with you. Stephen says hot take from Hard Knocks. I sure hope Pagula watches this week's episode so he doesn't have to ask who 44 is again.
God, I don't really. You know what though? I don't mind it when the owner
keep writing checks. Terry, that's all I care about. Just keep writing checks.
Right. Just let the GM and everybody else in charge that knows football.
Just keep writing checks, brother.
I don't need your 2 cents. Just right. I need your 2 cents, but the real 2 cents. Just not you chiming in. DeMar Hamlin, safety. Head coach Sean McDermott was critical of Cole Bishop. That could pave the way for Hamlin to start at safety with a good showing. That's the end of that article. What do you think about that?
I don't ever want to see that title again. No. That's what I think of that. No.
I'll tell you what. I'm with you. Like, if Cole Bishop
is healthy,
stay up, right?
he starts.
God,
I don't give
please.
a shit if he doesn't play a snap until week 1 and he's healthy week 1. You put him out there. His upside's bigger than DeMar's. I don't need to see DeMar out there.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yep. I'm
I saw
with
enough
you.
of it last year. And he was solid last year. He was.
Yeah.
But he's limited. And I don't need the limitations at our safety.
He's a very good depth piece. He's a great story, but he's not a starting safety in the NFL. I'm sorry. Cali Blitz. Hope John Gruden comes to Buffalo and coach. Ooh. McDummy ain't gonna win shit for us. And Cali, I've been saying it, dude. If that guy is available, please. Of course, that's a pipe dream that probably would never happen because Pagula is set on what we got. But my God, dude, I would welcome John Gruden here in a heart fucking beat. I would not even think twice about it. And listen, anyone that's a McDermott lover will cry for about a week, and then they will love that motherfucker when the season starts. Oh, we got a super chat. Hit it.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate you, Bills United. Do you think the Bills pulled the trigger on James Cook due to the hard knocks because they didn't want the contract process to be on footage? No. They Bean talked about it. They tried to get something done earlier, and they couldn't. James's stance was higher. I think the Kyron Williams contract play had everything to do with him signing now, because it brought his number back down to where the Bills were wanting him to be at. And then they just worked it out and included his this year's contract in his guarantees. So it looks like, his agent got the boast. They got a 4-year, 48, 12 a year with 30 million guaranteed.
Yeah. Really
comes out to a 3-year 30 with 18 guaranteed with possible incentives. So at the end of the day, it's a win-win on both sides. Cook got the money that he needed to get to stay here. The Bills get to keep their second best playmaker.
Exactly. I don't think Hard Knocks. Listen, they were already in talks way before this. They were actually in talks in the way earlier in the offseason. Talks broke down. Then they actually got back to talking again. They were very close at one point. Then they I think there was some line drawn in the sand, right? And that's when I believe Cook did the hold in, because I believe it was more about the length and maybe the guarantee. Once that that deal got done with Williams, I think that set the tone on where a top 10 and that range, because James Cook's in the top 10. He's not a top 5, but he's around that. I would say 6 to 8. Exactly. You could kind of debate on where he's at in that range.
With
exactly. Like Williams Jacobs, probably 10 or 9. Like he's around that. So you kind of had I think that helped Bean's agent. That helped Cook's agent, and that helped Bean kind of go, okay, this is where these type of running backs are going to be in probably next year, what they're going to be asking, and that, James Cook's younger, a little bit younger, and I'm sure that's all that kind of, fit into the contract and his final decision. And it works, like Mikey said, I think it worked for both parties, but I don't think it's had anything to do with being a distraction or Hard Knocks. I just feel like it was something they were trying to get done. They just needed to figure out where it stands as a top 10, and
we needed him to come down
and the guarantee. We needed him. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So down. He needed us to go up in guarantees. We figured it out after Williams set the market. And
that's it.
DMX here is right. We did it before Bijan and Gibbs got their contracts, because if Cook went out and put up another 15+ touchdown performance with over 1,000 yards, and these guys, and was the game breaker he was last year.
All right.
And
goes
these
up.
guys sign up, the money goes up. So
yeah,
it was smart to do what we did.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm always on board for trying to sign your players a little bit early. You get it out of the way, you save some money. It's not being cheap, it's being smart. A lot of people don't understand that. It's not like this is how GMs work, right? They are in charge of the finances. You got to do what's best for the team, because Right. He's fucking. But Jerry Jones ultimately, honestly, winds up paying for his players anyway. Like,
Yeah,
I don't even know what he's doing.
The top tier,
Right.
doesn't get ahead
He
of
fights
it.
him. Right. He fights him and fights him, and winds up just giving him a stack of cash. It's like, dude, Jerry, just get it over with. You know you're gonna pay him. Stop fucking around.
Right. Yeah, Roy. Brees Hall even came out and said, and he said at the end of the day, he was not overly concerned about his contract yet because he's still working his way back from his knee injury.
Yeah.
He doesn't want last year's performance to dictate what his contract's going to be. He wants to ball out this year and then try to get paid. Brees is playing it smart.
Exactly.
Mike, I really think McD had a part in bringing Cook and being back to the table. I do too. They talked about it. I really think McDermott had played a big piece in bridging the gap.
Sure, of course. I mean, obviously, it is still his player. He understands what he brings to the team, and also, I'm sure Josh Allen had, some say to this as well. You know what I mean? So
Allen came out and said he wanted him to get paid. Yeah. He doesn't make those decisions, but everyone knew Cook is the second biggest playmaker. This isn't news to anybody.
Right.
Anybody who watches the Bills knows how big of a weapon Cook is for Buffalo and has been the last 2 years. So it just made sense. They just had to find a way to fit it inside the cap. It's a giant jigsaw puzzle that Bean just had to find a way to fit him in, and they got him down to where they could fit him in.
And where it makes sense for both teams, because ultimately you're not going to see. That was the thing that me and Mikey were saying in the offseason. Yes, we understand he's a playmaker, but at the same time, you can't always just overpay, right? Because you have a playmaker. You have to do what's best, right? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like, they weren't going to overpay, like, you know what I mean, just to keep him around. They have to play it smart, right? They have to know where he stands in the running back market, right? That's just, every GM does this. This is not like, our GM's being cheap. You know what I mean? It's just, this is how it works, right? So I just feel like they just needed to come to the proper agreement, and they did. And I'm fine. Like I said, I'm fine with it. But I felt like the initial, what he wanted was too high, right? And he was kind of sticking to his guns. And then I think, like we said earlier, the Williams thing kind of set the tone, and his agent understood, like, that's where, Cook should be at. And Bean probably agreed, and they probably were close all along. And then they got the guarantee worked out, and here we are. It's done. And by the way, too, I'm okay with it too, because he has a lot of tread on his tire. He's young, right? So we should get a good 2 years out of James Cook before we go, okay.
At least 3.
Well, I'm just saying, like, at least minimum, right? Like, we should at least get 2, right? This isn't a case of, a running back that was a workhorse in college, and now we're like, right? Like,
second contract.
And we're making him a workhorse now, right? Like, it's dicey, right? Like, this is a guy that was barely used in college. It's been really not used much here either as far as carries go. So I feel like like Mikey said, he has at least 3 years, right, where we should see production, right? We should get that value back. That's all.
Oh, we'll definitely get the value back, and I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
Spen comes and says, so our defense consists of 2 injury-prone safeties, 2 injury-prone linebackers, 3 injury-prone cornerbacks for starters. And don't forget an injury-prone defensive tackle and an injury-prone defensive end, Joey Bosa and Daquan Jones.
Yeah. You think? Right. We just have the injury. Just have a fucking injury sign on every single guy.
Yeah.
Because
wrap them all in bubble wrap. It's
going to happen at some point in the season.
Yeah, and that's the best part about this, Spen, is they could play with his money because he signed out for 4 years, so they can constantly play with it to figure out how to keep cap and keep the team. Like, we're good. I like the move. I like the deal. It came in a little bit higher than I wanted at 12 because I was thinking more like between 8 and 10, but I'm not upset by it by any means.
Exactly. Yeah.
With Cook usage versus Bean, ultimately won negotiations. He's the boss. Ultimately, he got him for what he wanted.
I think both got what they wanted. I don't think Cook's complaining.
No, Cook's not complaining. Cook got
right.
Cook had things he wanted in the guarantees for the length, also the length of the deal at 4 years.
Right.
Bean talked about it. He said, we told them what was important to us. They told us what was important to them. We found a way to, if you give us this, we'll give you this. And they found a way to come to a common ground.
They met in the middle. Yeah.
All that matters. At the end of the day, he signed up for 4 more years, and let's rock and roll.
And yeah, he's another young player that we drafted too. Yeah.
Yeah. If they continue using him the way they have, he should be good for a while. We shouldn't have to worry about him. And he's been pretty durable for his size, and he's gotten tougher and tougher running inside. So his game's constantly improving, which I really like. Palmer's been practicing through an injury, and both Bishop and Rapp were full participants today. Designated limited. McDermott's putting pressure on guys. Yeah, I also like that we're finally starting to get a little bit healthier. Guys are coming back. We're ramping up to week 1, so I'm okay with none of them really practice until week 1. I just need them all to be healthy for week 1, and let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
Fells has one more with me. I keep seeing people say Sean and me our package deal. I don't believe that. Oh, if you go back about an hour, you're gonna listen to Tommy rant about this.
Me and you are on the same page, my friend.
There's probably about a 20-minute Tommy rant about this topic.
Yeah, start from when you have time, go back to when we started, and you exactly what you said is pretty much what I've been preaching for the last 3 years. Listen, I'm glad that this is what I'm happy about though. I'm happy that some people are finally understanding. Hey, I personally, it's been too long. I've been patient enough. This is here's
back down this whole
no, but I like that because here's my point, Mikey. I like that because not everybody has an answer when it comes to what they would like to do, with Sean McDermott. You know what I mean? Some people just want to just let it keep going. You know what I mean? And I like when someone's honest and says, hey, you know what? This is it for me. You know what I mean? I'm going to give him one more opportunity. Not everybody
Bills United, you're on my list. You got Tommy riled up again. You talk about McDermott is like if you talk about both.
Dude.
Tommy gets excited if you start talking about McDermott. It's 5 years running. You can't talk about McDermott with Tommy. He goes down a dark hole.
Dude, don't do it. I'll be on your 5 hours tonight.
And Mikey will leave,
and I'll still be like, fucking McDermott terrible. You see what he did?
Here we go again. That's right. Here we go again, Tommy. All right, what else we got, Tommy?
All right, last thing, and then we're going to do the Ask AI, and then we're going to do the Real Meta Genius, and we're going to get out of here. So, this one's pretty good. This is, what is it? Every AFC team's biggest challenge in 2025. So, what do you think ours is going to be on this? What do you think they're going to say about ours before we get to ours?
The biggest challenge?
Yeah, in 2025. So see, Steelers bet on Aaron Rodgers, Chiefs playmakers, more questions. So so let's see what they say. Let's see what they say.
It's either going to be about our safeties or it's going to be about our young defensive tackles.
It's about our defensive back. The Bills have some uncertainty at cornerback at the moment. First round pick.
That's the one area I'm not worried about is our defensive backs.
Oh, this is what CBS is saying. Max Harrison is dealing with an LCL.
Yeah, but we also heard ESPN talk about how Josh lost to Lamar the other night. So,
well, this is CBS, not ESPN. But you're right.
CBS is just as bad.
Yeah, they are. You're right. They're all bad for them.
CBS is on Hawkins is on CBS, and he went on to talk about how Lamar had the single greatest quarterback stats ever last year. Forgetting about Peyton Manning's record-breaking and Patrick Mahomes' record-breaking MVP years, but
dude, I know. The guy I sent you. Who was the guy I sent you last night? Do you know the guy's name? The media guy that was on ESPN. I believe that was ESPN.
God, I can't think of it. Swagoo,
dude. Okay, Swagoo. Guys, unbelievable. I'm gonna tell you one thing real quick, and we'll move on. If you're on. This is why me and Mikey, and we tell you all the time, just don't take what any of these guys, for the most part. I mean, there's some that I'll be okay with, but for the most part, these guys have no idea what they're talking about. This guy says that he was asked if Josh Allen can get past Patrick Mahomes, right? I believe that was the question.
Yep,
if he can finally get over, yeah. And of course, and that doesn't even bother me. Fine, that's an opinion. But it's what he said after. He said last year that Lamar couldn't get past Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. They didn't even play one. I don't know. What are you talking about? And that Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens beat us.
Which hasn't happened.
So it's like, dude, if you're going to pump your chest out, right, and you're going to talk about something, have your fucking facts right. Like, do you even know who's playing the game? You don't even know
and
who's
nobody
playing.
Corrected him on the set. That's the wild part.
Yeah, they just sat back and listened. Nobody said nothing. So it's like, dude, like, guys, you can't. This is most of these national media guys, Mikey. I'm going to tell you what they do. They look at highlights, they look at the stats, and they just talk about what they feel how the game went wrong.
They have a researcher who gives them all the stuff. That's
but they don't
want.
But even that, but that researcher ain't really sitting back and dialed in watching the game. He's just going over clips, stats, and going, okay, here we go. And then they're just going, we're running with it, right? Oh, Josh Allen can't. He just can't beat Mahomes. He's, and bro, it's like, dude, did you watch the game? No, you didn't. The guy's setting records, right? Playoff records. He's playing out of his mind. What are you talking about? But these guys do not, like, guys, don't take what they say as gospel. They have these guys, honestly, it's, you know what it's turning out to be now, Mikey, like national sports media now? It's like WWE. They're bro, these guys are now fighting each other. Right, they're on podcasts like they have beef now.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on?
In the center of all that too.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp is getting sued and sleeping with people, getting fired by ESPN. Yeah. He's dissing ESPN. This guy's on FS1. This here's over here, and this guy. I mean, it's like, dude, it's literally like a show.
Content. It's content.
Yeah, it's content. Yes, but it's not real.
It's not journalism. It's content.
No, it's WWE, bro.
Journalism isn't there anymore. It's content.
Yeah. It's crazy.
By the way, let's hit the horn for.
We do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sophia.
Thank you, Sophia. We appreciate it. Steve Simpson says, "How does the narrative change if the Bills win at all? Will it change? Yes. Once the Bills get that trophy, the narrative changes all the way around.
It's over. Yeah, it's over with. Yeah, exactly.
Tommy can never talk bad about McDermott again. He won the Super Bowl. And
never.
The narrative around Buffalo not being able to win the big one changes. They'll talk about something else because that's what they do.
Can they do it again? Or they, was it they'll come up with stuff to, and of course you'll have the naysayer, they did it. 'Cause the only reason is because they'll have but that's how it goes, guys.
But they did the same thing with Manning because he didn't have to beat Brady because Brady lost against somebody else, and then Manning won the Super Bowl. He didn't have to go through Brady to get it. Doesn't matter. He won it, and all these years later, no one's talking about that. They're just saying Peyton Manning's won 2 Super Bowls. So it doesn't matter how you do it. Just freaking do it.
Just do it. I don't care how it gets done.
Callie comes and says, "Do you think Cook's going to shine since he got the bag?" I think Cook's going to be great.
I do too. I don't think Callie, I don't think anything changes though, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think he's gonna now all of a sudden do better. I think he's going to continue to get better because he's still young. Because the one thing about Cook, and I'll say this too, is I felt like he's gotten better he's taken a big step each year, right? And me and Mikey talked about this. Like, I didn't think his contact balance was the best. I didn't think he was that strong between the tackles. Last year, he really worked on that. Like, I didn't think his vision was that great either. I felt like his vision has gotten better. His contact balance, running in between the tackles, is way better. So he's improved in that department. So if he could just continue to work on his craft, he's going to be even better. So yeah, I do feel like you might see a better Cook, but not because of the contract, just because of him just getting better and just working his craft.
Tommy, are you gonna get the McClappy on your lower back?
No, no, I never said it would go on my lower back. Never agreed to that.
Tommy's gonna get McClappy on his lower back.
No, but it definitely will go on my forearm or something. It's going to be on my
He's gonna put it on
forearm
his
probably.
calf. Put it on his calf.
No. I don't know. It'll go on my forearm. All right.
I
Sorry.
agree for you, Tommy. You got to get it.
Yeah. All right. So you don't agree with that? The defensive back?
No. Like,
Okay.
What are you talking about?
All right.
You know,
I'm just.
Harrison being down, like, we're deeper this year than we have been in recent years at defensive back. Now, who's going to be, start opposite? It'll probably be Trey until Harrison's back and up to speed. But then Dane probably won't make the team, but he'll probably be a practice squad guy who's ready to go. I'm guessing Dorian will make it with Benford, and Trey will start with Taryn. And then you're going to probably have, Dorian and somebody else. I'm not worried about it. I'm more worried about the safety position.
Well, the safeties are they're here. They have.
I don't look at defensive back and safeties as the same thing. I just
that's what they're putting them in the same category. So they're
done.
throwing them in that category. All right. Anyways, Dolphins cornerback. We don't have to read all that, but cornerback for the Dolphins, Patriots.
It's two things. It's corner and it's offensive line. That's been the bugaboo with the Dolphins for a while. And then they got rid of all their corners, and then some of them got hurt. The ones that they did have. So it's a mess there.
Patriots is May's supporting cast,
and I would say this is all offensive line. I think this is the best supporting cast that he's had so far. I like what they've done. Mac Hollins is a solid guy. Stephon Diggs there. Trayvon Henderson there. Kyle Williams, the rookie, coming out. I like what they've done there to put weapons around him. It's going to come down to, can the offensive line protect him?
Okay. Jets pass catchers.
No, it's quarterback. Are you fucking kidding me? The one thing you're not worried about is Garrett Wilson catching the freaking ball.
Like, he gets so mad.
It's offensive line and quarterback for the Jets. Like, oh my, it's been that way for years. Stop this bullshit.
Yeah. Baltimore Ravens secondary turnover.
It's offensive play caller.
Okay.
He goes away from like, they are stacked from top to bottom. The Ravens are. It comes down to game plans and being able to stick with your game plan.
All
Defense,
right.
yes, I agree with this one.
Finally, something. So this is the first thing Mikey agrees with.
Is the absolutely the problem there.
First one, Mikey. Quarterback play, Browns.
Yes.
All right, so Mike, wow, we got 2 in a row. Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers. Could it be 3 in a row?
You don't know.
Do we got a 3 in a row?
I can get behind that. I still think it's closer to running back. Like, they no longer have Najee. They have Warren, and they have a rookie. I'm interested to see what the running game looks like, but I can understand the reason why they put Aaron Rodgers here.
Okay.
Because what Aaron do you get?
Texans offensive line.
Yes. God,
wow,
yes.
we're on a roll.
God,
CBS is on a roll. Colts quarterback play. We are on a major roll.
Absolutely.
This is unbelievable. Jaguars managing Travis Hunter.
Jesus Christ, no.
He doesn't agree with that.
No.
We hit him.
What are you going to get out of Trevor Lawrence? Your number one overall pick.
Right. I'm with you there.
One of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. And can you protect him? Because the guy gets beat to crap. He's Andrew Luck without all the accomplishments.
Yep. Titans. Cam Ward supporting cast.
Yeah, I'm with them on that. If they mean supporting cast by offensive line.
No, they're saying like the receivers and stuff. No. Caleb and Tony.
It's offensive line. Can you protect him?
Is that you better? Broncos run game.
I'm with this one. Yeah, I'm with this one.
Okay. Chiefs playmaker injuries and suspensions.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that's going to hold them back. They're fucking good, man.
Raiders defensive back.
I don't know that much about the Raiders. I would think so. Usually I'd say offense, but I like what they've done on the offense.
Okay.
I would say defensive back / offensive line. If the offensive line can continue, I think they'll be all right.
Chargers offensive line.
Yeah. They re-signed Rashawn Slater and then instantly lost him for the year.
All right. That is it.
Contract and he was gone. All right, let's hit the chat.
Yeah, let's do the chat and then we'll do this after.
With New England, what do you think May will go through in a sophomore slump? That's a good question. I don't know. Josh McDaniels is really good offensive coordinator. horrible head coach, really good offensive mind.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they've done. It really is going to all come down to what the offensive line can do. If they can protect him, I think they got a good chance.
Mm-hmm. Callie's amazed by your cursing.
It makes me mad. Like those lists, these guys are paid to do this shit. Like they can't pay attention to this.
I'm Prison Mike.
The safety is here till Rap takes them all out. Ham starts. Touche, Jason. Touche. Friendly fire. Rap's to take them all out. Yeah. Tommy puts these in just to get me worked up because he knows I hate that.
I do.
He reads
love
them and
it.
says, "Oh, Mike's gonna be mad about this."
Yeah. Oh man.
In what order do you have the AFC East standings this year?
Ooh.
I have Bills, Jets, Pats, and then Miami.
Damn,
I have it Bills, Miami, Pats, Jets. But you can flip the Pats in Miami because we don't know what Miami's going to be.
Exactly. They have players.
Dude, I love Rabel as a head coach. He's such a good coach.
Yeah.
And I like what they've done internally.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be fighting for a wild card spot this year. I don't know if they get it, but I like what they're doing.
Yeah.
It makes me mad that they hired Vrabel. I'm not going to lie.
Dude, they're doing it the right way. I said this a year ago. I feel like they finally understand, like, this is how you rebuild a team. Like, they are doing it the right way. Like this is like drafting your quarterback, finding a quarterback. You don't need to go and get 41-year-old quarterbacks and keep going through that cycle of free agent overpaying for the Kirk Cousins of the world. Like, you're going to have some down years. Find your quarterback, build around your team, find your head coach. They're doing it the right way. So if I think the division's going to go Buffalo, Miami, New England, the Jets.
Like I thought.
But I could see the Patriots maybe jump Miami. If Miami has like this, and it wouldn't surprise me, like just they're just not clicking. Yeah, exactly. It implodes. Yeah, and their coach gets fired, and like I could totally seeing it. Yeah, it might
happen. Like
it might.
Coach, you'll be the coach and the GM gone like mid-season.
Yeah, exactly. So Miami's. They like I said, they have talent. They do, but they just can't put it together. And I don't believe in their coach either. I don't think they respect him as a head coach. I feel like he tried to be too cool with them early on, and he just doesn't have that voice where he commands a room, in my opinion. And if you don't have that, players are going to walk all over you. And that's what I've been hearing out of Miami. Like these guys don't practice hard. They're soft. Like, they do what they want. They, like you got Tyreek Hill talking shit all the time. Like, it just seems like it's a bad environment, right? And it's all about the coach.
The fact that you came out and said Tyreek is still trying to earn trust back,
right?
Tells you everything you need to know.
Tells you everything.
I'm with you on that. Chiefs O-line is a sneaky one as well.
Right.
I like what they did with Simmons because he's a really good tackle, and if he's healthy, he's good. But they did get rid of Tooney, so they need to shore up that left guard position. And then Taylor's always skeptical at right tackle. So maybe Moore wins the right tackle job, and Taylor's just there as an overpaid backup. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Whoa. Listen, I'm going to say the same thing I say about the Bills. Until someone beats the king, they stay the king.
Yeah.
Like, listen, they're the king of the AFC. Right, no one's beat them since Cincinnati's done it a few years ago.
They've been in 3 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah, right? Until someone beats the king, no, right. I won't believe that until I see it.
Right. I can't do it anymore. Like,
I'm the man, you got to beat the man.
That's right. That's right. We're realists. We got to keep it real here. We may predict we're going to win, right? Because that's in us.
Bills to be the better team, but I think.
But I'm not going
to. I think we're on level footing with the Chiefs. We give the Chiefs the best games.
We do, absolutely, we do. But I'm not going to pump my chest out there and be like, the Chiefs don't have this and this. We're gonna.
When it counts, their guys make the plays. Our guys don't.
Yeah, when it counts, they show up, and we don't. We do not. Or they make more plays down the stretch. Whatever it is. They make plays when it counts the most, especially when it counts the most, and we just do not. So we need to figure that part out.
Bills United podcast says Drake May gets credit for having good stats in garbage time. I'm not sold on him. Yeah, I'm with you on that, but he's young. he has the talent, so we'll see what happens. He now has actually a really good offensive coordinator, so we'll see if that helps him grow. I'm with you on that. I don't think he's like, a top 10 quarterback or anything, but he has talent and he has the ceiling to be really good. Now
he has a ceiling.
Can he do it? Because I thought Mac Jones had a limited ceiling. He was really good, really high floor, but a really limited ceiling. And McDaniel did the best with Mac Jones.
He did. Here's the deal, though. Second year will tell a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like, because now the film's out on you, right? Now defensive coordinators have time to kind of see what you're all about, and I think you'll see some struggles from Mace still in his second year. I mean, that's typically what happens. But ultimately, I see him as a good quarterback. But we'll see. Year 2 will tell. I'm not a Patriots fan, so I can't speak for them. But I will say this: AFC East Shakedown is back this year, and Juan is back. And he will be speaking. He will be speaking about May. So
that's good.
August 30th, Mikey, is the return of AFC East Shakedown.
Nice.
At 12 noon.
DG comes in and says it's going to be the Bills, Pats, Jets, and then Fins. The Fins are going to be in the basement this year.
Okay.
That's the implode. That's the implode. They fire everybody mid-season.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I don't see it that way, but man, if that happens, whole Dolphins fans will lose their shit. TD. Oh man, TD will lose his damn mind.
He'll be fun to watch this year if that happens.
Oh my God.
Team. They went to Chicago and got beat up. McDaniel reminds me of Henry Clearwater boy. Oh, that's great. I love that. Cowher is predicted Broncos over KC for what it's worth. Cowher predicts weird shit every year.
He does, but I like him. I think out of all, like I have said this a million times, all the media guys, if you're going to listen to one, I feel like he's the closest to being somewhat rational. He has some of his takes are a little bit out there, but I do agree with some of them, what he has to say. So,
ooh, that's a good question. Spen. Dolphins fans should celebrate. Do you think that if the Dolphins have the number 1 pick, they take a QB after paying Tua? I do.
They better. I would. Absolutely, I would. Like, honestly, you want to be. I think
they can get out of Tua's deal next year.
If you listen, I'm going to be real with you. They should have took Shedeur Sanders when he was available.
Yeah, they should have.
You had plenty of time to take him. Like, why wouldn't? Like, bro, he was so late in the draft. Why wouldn't you? Like, what would it hurt? You know what I mean? Like. I feel like that was a mistake because they're going to have to find his replacement. You better. But anyways, guys, do you have anything for AI tonight? Put it in the comment section. Mikey, do you, while we're waiting, you have anything to ask AI tonight? We'll put it up for a minute.
Who makes the team? I want to know. Is it going to be Curtis Samuel, Elijah Moore? Yeah.
Oops. All right, Curtis Samuel.
Or Elijah Moore. Because I don't think both of them make it.
How do you spell Elijah Moore? Elijah, I think.
Sure.
I think it's that. I think it's spelled like that. I think I did a good job, actually.
Sam is not getting cut no matter how bad his preseason is. The problem is he hasn't been bad. He's good when he's on the field. He's just not on the field.
Let's see. Boy, it's taking longer than that. Let's get the quick answer, right? I just clicked the quick. Hey, come on. We don't need the whole
will
thing.
The Bills win the Super Bowl this year?
All right, we'll get that after this one. All right, so some projections suggest Moore is on the roster bubble with players like Shavers outperforming him in camp. If the Bills keep only 6 wide receivers, Moore could be at risk, but more sources lean towards him securing a spot due to his contract and potential. Samuel's roster spot appears more secure due to his contract and veteran status. Conclusion. As of now, both Curtis Samuel and Elijah Moore are projected to make the Buffalo Bills 2025 53-man roster, with Samuel having a more certain spot due to his contract, while Moore's inclusion is slightly less guaranteed, but still likely.
The Magic 8 Ball says not likely.
Right. So, what was the question somebody asked?
Sophia asked, will the Bills win the 2025 Super Bowl?
Super Bowl. I think it's Super Bowl. What's it? Alex?
I don't know. Just say 2025 Super Bowl.
All right. Quick answer. All right, here we go.
Jesus, it's moving too quick.
AI's digging deep in this
Taylor's
one.
not getting cut no matter how bad his preseason is. Bills can't afford to cut him. We have like 11 million dead cap or something like that. It's 7, but I get what you're saying.
Scrolling down. Oh, look at this. 0-3 against the Chiefs. They gotta throw that in our face, Sophia.
Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you stopping by to show love.
All right, here we go. Conclusion. The Buffalo Bills have a strong what? I'm sorry.
There's a comment.
Oh, Keys, what's up, man? Keys, my dog. What up, big brother? Just showing the show, but stopping by to show some love. Hey, man, I appreciate you, bro. Post Podium, go check them boys out. Keys and Aramis, man. Those are my dogs, man. Appreciate you. All right, so here's the conclusion, Mikey. The Buffalo Bills have a strong chance to win Super Bowl Alex. I knew I was kind of close on that. In 2025. Bolstered by Josh Allen's elite play and favorable schedule and significant expert backing. However, defensive weaknesses. Damn you, AI. A tough playoff path, especially against the Chiefs. Damn you, AI. And questions about the receiving corps could prevent them from reaching or winning the Super Bowl. While many analysts predicted Bills' victory, others see teams like the Ravens, Chiefs, or Lions as equally capable. Given the balance of Given the balance of evidence, the Bills are a top contender, but not a guaranteed winner. With their success hinging on defensive improvements and playoff performance against elite competition. So, that's your answer. We have an opportunity, but ultimately, it comes down to fucking defense.
So if you want to know how many field goals will the Bills miss this year?
Oh, that's a great question. So how many? Tyler Bass, we're just going to say, right? How many field goals will Tyler Bass miss in 2025? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, let's see what it says. Oh, no, I reached my questions. I can't go anymore.
Oh!
You reached our 2 per hour. 4 questions per 2 hours. That's our most questions we got, I think. That's why. We'll have to get to that next time.
I'm disappointed in you, Tommy.
Damn it, Grok.
Disappointed
All right.
you, Tommy.
So, guys, this is where we get to the Real Men of Genius.
Before we get to that, let's finish up in the chat. Spence says trade Samuels, Keat 5, Shavers the 5th. I'm down for that.
Absolutely.
I just don't know if anybody's willing to take on an injury-prone wide receiver who doesn't he's really good when he's on the field. The problem is we can't keep him on the field.
Right.
Those 3rd and long is going to kill us. God, we can't get off the field on 3rd down if our life depends on it. And last week it was nothing but just screen passes against us, and we couldn't fucking stop a screen pass if our life killed us. It was so bad last week. It's $8 million dead cap according to Spot Track. We might be able to cut Samuel. We'll only lose like $500K on the cap. Okay. And we just got some cap savings by signing Cook. So it's possible. I watched us eat a bunch of money to get rid of who was that tight end that we brought in for the preseason, then he was gone. He was a 1st-round pick out of Alabama. Do you remember him? I can't remember his name. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No. The what now? The tight end?
The tight end that we brought in. We're he played for Tampa Bay. He was a 1st-round pick. We were super excited.
Oh, the guy or OJ.
OJ Howard. OJ Howard.
Yes.
And then he was cut at the end of training camp.
And he actually had a good game. He actually had a good game, and then he went silent after that. Remember? He got picked up by somebody. Remember that? And he had 2 touchdowns his first game, and he went dead.
He went to Texas.
Oh, by the way, I found another place for this question. So we do have the answer. So given his recent Given his recent injury and past performances, it's reasonable to expect Tyler Bass to miss between 3 and 6 field goals in 2025. It's saying his historical average of 24 of 28 made field goals per season, 83 to 84.5% career field goal percentage. So, 3 to 6.
We're paying a lot of money.
Yeah, that's not the greatest greatest hair.
OJ,
not what I wanted to hear.
I thought it was OJ. Thank you. I appreciate
OJ.
that. Yeah,
are you ready, guys?
We ate some dead money on that one.
We sure did.
Preseason very small windows and not on full screen. The score doesn't matter. Listen, I don't care if we win or lose the preseason games. I want to see the young guys play, and I want to see him perform well. Like, I liked what I saw out of Hancock. He had a pick that was taken away on a stupid offsides by Jackson. You know, like, I saw some good things out of Walker and TJ Sanders. You know, I liked what I saw out of some of the younger guys last week. I just want to see that growth more, because you're probably not going to see a ton of those guys in the regular season. Like, you'll see Walkers and Sanders because they rotate, but you're not going to see Hancock in the regular season. He's going to be a special teams guy. So I want to see all those guys in the preseason.
Exactly.
I wanted to see Ray Davis attempt a game-winning field goal. The fact that they let him kick one was amazing. I liked that. Couch played good. The poor Couch was really good. The problem is he's now dealing with a hamstring injury. Same with Evans. So you're going to see a lot more Frank Gore. What's going on, Jessica?
What up, Jessica?
Appreciate you joining in. So, yeah, you know, all right. We're doing Real Man of Genius.
Real Men of Genius. We do this every episode, every podcast at the end. If you guys stick around, you'll get to see one or two, depending on if I'm nice or not. All right, here we go. First one, incoming.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius, Hawaiian style.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. King of the Karaoke Mic.
Mr. King of the Karaoke Mic.
Armed with your mic, you brazenly take to the stage, refusing to leave until every last person has been lulled into a peaceful slumber.
Wake me when it's over.
Country, rock, R&B. From your lips, it all sounds the same, like a sick cat trapped under a parked car.
That's a flat kitty.
Sure, nobody's clapping, but that doesn't mean you can't give them 6 more encores.
They're clapping on the inside.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, oh hero of the high note. You sing to the beat of a different drum, cause the one in your ear is clearly broken.
Mr. Karaoke King of the Mic.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
The King of the High Note. That's going to be Tommy's new nickname.
They're clapping on the inside.
No matter how good Couch plays, he's not making the roster. Yeah, you're probably not wrong there, Ben.
Probably.
He'll be a practice squad guy. Do you think that he caused some of these?
Mate, it's so fucking hot. I hate this fucking thing.
Buffalo is hot in Chicago today. Like,
it's so ridiculous, bro. Like, honestly, like I can't wait for this
the heat wave
for this to be over. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah,
all right, I'm gonna play one. I'm gonna play one more.
Yeah, give me one.
Here you go. Here we go.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Athletic Groin Protector Inventor.
Mr. Athletic Groin Protector Inventor.
People love to play sports, but they don't love it when they get hit in the twig and berries.
Oh!
For years, cringing fans watched as man after man went down. But then you came along and said, here, stick this in your pants.
Nice to meet you.
The errant headbutt, the inside fastball, the wayward high five, all no match for your crash helmet.
I'll bring it on.
Sure, some athletes shun them, but don't worry, they'll come around.
Show us the way.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light protector of the package and know that we're just nuts about you.
We're just nuts.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, Fort Collins, Colorado.
the A-word high five. Wow.
They're so great, bro. Just love those, man. They're so funny, dude.
Oh, this is great. Tommy at a karaoke bar will forget it's karaoke. And
Oh my God, I'm
going to McDermott ran all night.
I'm crying, bro.
That was great.
That was great.
That was great.
All right, guys. Well,
we'll be back Monday.
Yeah, we will, man. That was an awesome. That was awesome. Anyways, it was a great time with you guys tonight, man. Bills Mafia, you guys rule. We love you. We will be back Monday at 9 p.m. Remember, we are live now every Monday and Friday at 9 p.m. You don't want to miss us. Best thing to do is obviously hit the notification bell. That'll let you know when we're live or when we upload a video. So, Bills Mafia, we love you, and as always, go Bills. We're out of here. Peace.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Yes, go.